It is up, everybody. It's Zachary Reality. Welcome back to Zachary Reality. Today we're here with Michelle Francis from Yes Chef. Michelle, how are you doing today?
I'm absolutely fabulous. How are you, Zach?
I'm good. I'm excited to chat with you about the show. You made quite the splash. How has it been watching it back?
It's a little daunting when you watch yourself on TV, your facial expressions, how you look, and you just don't really, it's kind of surreal a little bit in a way. You're just like, oh God, is that what I really look like?
Right. How did you end up getting on Yes Chef to begin with?
Somebody sent me like a casting call, so I answered it, and I guess she sent it to two other my other friends, and I guess I'm the only one that made it. So
Yeah. And what was your goal besides winning? Obviously, like what did you want to get out of this experience in this competition?
just to prove to myself, being 60 years old and being in the business for so long that I could hack it with the other chefs to see if I could do it for myself and, just show everybody that, don't ever give up on your dream.
For sure. And I also know you wanted to do it for your daughter. Tell me a little bit about your relationship with her.
Oh, she's everything. She's the best part of me. She is amazing. She graduated UC Davis and, she hit the ground running and she's still hitting the ground running and she's doing really, really amazing right now.
That's great. Let's talk a little bit about last night's episode. You did end up losing the competition with the
Yeah.
soup. Why do you think you lost that one?
Because I didn't have eggs. I
Hmm.
don't know if you know anything about culinary, but clarification, you need egg whites to clarify your stuff. The suggestions that they both came up with was like gel, but if you really go into detail, if you use gelatin, it takes a longer period of time, and we only had something like 30 minutes to finish our task, so that would not have flown for me to clarify my soup.
Right.
So the egg challenge, the stealing of the eggs, really kind of put us in a bad position. Ronnie needed eggs for his pasta. So did Lee, and so did Emily, and Jake was the only one that didn't need eggs. So I think Emily explained that on the show. I did my damn best. I passed that soup through a chinois plus cheesecloth like 3 times before I could actually get it clear enough.
Yeah. And obviously the eggs were stolen. How did you feel about that?
And then they said that I should have went over and grabbed the eggs. I don't know if you saw in the show, I literally went in front of them and I said, I need the eggs. You don't need 32 eggs, to make chicken salad, I mean, egg salad. So, and they all said no. So, it is what it is.
Mhm. Yeah.
Love each and every one of them. I think they're great and awesome chefs. But it was just a little disheartening.
For sure. I mean, I love that you love everybody, but it didn't seem like everyone loved you watching it. You kind of got ganged up on a little bit, maybe a lot throughout the season. Maybe they could call you even a villain. I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I don't think I was the villain. I think I was more of the person that received most of it. But I did it with grace and I understand it. Maybe they thought I was the biggest competition for them, or I don't know. I think they're all amazing chefs. I did my best. I think, each person has their own journey and each person has their own dream. So, kudos for them, and I respect each and every one of them.
For sure. Well, that's great that you're going to take the high road. I did have Chef T on last week, and she did throw a little bit of shade your way. Have you talked to her? Have you mended things with her? You're just choosing to pick peace.
I'm no comment.
For sure. Absolutely. How did you feel about Ronnie sending you home?
No, he felt that, everybody was picking on me. He just thought it was time for me to just, not get picked on. And he said it was like diverting from the whole show, which, I understand. So,
Yeah.
I just texted him the other day. He's going to come down and we're going to grab dinner at Jose Andreas's new restaurant in Culver City. So, there's some people that we're really friendly with, and then some people that I'm not really friendly with.
Yeah. And who do you want to see make it far in this competition? Who are you rooting for? And are you going to be watching the remainder of the episodes?
Of course, I'm going to be watching. I'm going to root every one of them on. I love Lee. Emily's a great chef. Jake is great. So is Peter, Julia. I mean, I want them all to win. I want them all to have an amazing experience and just, shine as much as they possibly can because they're just awesome people.
Yeah, for sure. What did you learn about yourself in this experience, maybe as a chef and then maybe as a person looking back and reflecting?
Before I went on the show, Sophie said treat everybody with kindness and love, and I did. And I'm thinking maybe I should have not been so kind and really acted like myself a little bit more. And fought back a little bit harder. It's just a process. So this is my first cooking experience on a competitive show. So for the next one, I've learned a lot and I know how to act and react.
For sure. I mean, it is a game, it's a competition, and people are there to win. And you're all, you're there to grow as a chef. And it sounds like you would be interested in going on another show. Is there any other cooking shows that you really like or have your eye on?
I really like 24 in 24. That's a great show. It's all about the cooking and they have really great judges. I just don't know if I could last 24 hours just standing cooking all for 24. That's without well, you get to sit down, but it's just a lot of mental drainness. The other show that I like is it's the one where you go to a shopping center and you pick out food and you cook it. I don't know
Mm,
the name of it, but that looks interesting.
for
But
sure.
it's making me more aware of all the other cooking shows. So
Yeah. And tell us before we let you go, about your cooking and where people can find you and what your work is like as a chef.
So I'm still on and off at JAR. Right now I'm doing a consulting gig for Parkway Grill out in Pasadena. He has three steakhouses, Aurora Parkway, Parkway Grill, and Smitty. So I'm doing a consulting gig there. Tonight I'm doing a catering gig at a Netflix executive's house. So I'm doing like caterings on and off and just consulting. And also, if Suze needs me, I'm there. I do Alex's Lemonade every year with Nancy, which is a great event where all these chefs get together and we raise money for children's pediatric cancer, and
That's
it's a great
amazing.
cause. So you should come out and see us. You'll love it.
Okay. Where can we find all the info? Is it on your Instagram?
Yeah, it's called Alex's Lemonade, and it's put on by Suzanne Goen and Carolyn Stein and David Lintz. And it's in October, and it's called Alex's Lemonade. Los Angeles loves Alex's Lemonade.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Michelle, and sharing a little bit more about what went down on Yes Chef. It was fun to watch you on the show, and I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.